who don't know, my name is Ayize Ma'at, trained therapist. My wife and I, we have a business, blackloveandmarriage.com, and we help individuals and couples really improve the quality of their lives personally, but also within the context of their relationship too. We out here in these streets, y'all. We out here in these streets. We do this work. We, like I said, have a robust community that we call the Blamily, affectionately, that rock with us and are all devoted toward improving the quality of their relationships too. And so if you're not a part of it, definitely keep your eyes and your ears open, because folks' lives are being transformed, y'all. And I happen to be one of those folks today. Real talk, I happen to be one of those folks today. Just to give y'all the backstory, earlier today, I, along with a group of brothers, like twice a month, we have a men's lounge. We have a men's lounge twice a month where the fellas in our community get together and we chop it up and we have some real talk. And so during today's men's lounge, a lot was shared. A lot was shared, and a lot was shared that was impactful, inspirational, and that really touched and resonated with me. And I'm truly appreciative for the transparency, the honesty, and the willingness for the fellas to show up and just be real. Like I know that a lot of times we as Black men sometimes get the short end of the stick when it comes to our willingness to engage in personal and relationship development. But what I want to say with 100% certainty is that I know that brothers out here be doing it. I see it every week, every single week. Like in our community, I see it. I see brothers investing the time and investing the energy to devote toward themselves, but also to their relationships. And so for any of the sisters who might be in a space where they're like, yo, it's just me. Nah, it ain't just you. Brothers be putting in that work. And so I titled this on Facebook, Black Women Need to Shut the F Up. It's provocative, but I'm about to get into it in a second because it is, there's a lesson in it that I learned very recently. And so today in the men's lounge, like I said, we chopped it up and we got into some good stuff, y'all, some good stuff that really fed my soul, fed my spirit. And I'm truly appreciative of just the insights and the perspective. One thing in particular that I took away from the men's lounge today is being able to share. And Coach Reggie, who's a part of the community, teaches a class on Friday nights. He spoke about basically it's on your dime. Sharing on your dime. And what he was referencing was that back in the day, when he would go to the payphone, it would cost 10 cents in order for him to go to the payphone. And so basically, and I don't think that Reggie will have an issue with me sharing this. This is the reason why I'm sharing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing. We'll be sharing in the men's lounge. But, Reggie is pretty transparent about this type of stuff. But basically, you get permission, for somebody to speak their piece if they drop the dime on the table, and they can say whatever it is that they want to say, and it's your responsibility to listen. And so I'm lifting this up within the context of me titling it the way that I did, Black Women Need to Shut the F Up. It's based off of the fact that recently I've had some drama, some issue, some struggles, some stress and some strain in my relationship with my daughters. And so if I got permission to be transparent, y'all drop it in the chat. If it's okay for me to be real for a second and just share with you just what my struggle has been. Drop it in the chat and I will, I'll share. Recently, like I said, I've had some struggles in terms of communicating with my two teenage daughters, one 16, one 17. It's hard, y'all. All right, I see the comments coming through. It's hard. It really is hard. Graham said, you got the dime, bro. I see y'all on Instagram. Yeah, please be transparent. It really is hard. And so, for some of y'all, this may be light work or lightweight, but for me, is something that's significant because, I mean, I got two princesses in my house and I realize the impact that I have on them. And so whenever they're in distress and whenever they're distraught, like I have a responsibility to do something different. So, you know, in terms of the way that we flow in our house, like I have certain expectations that, you know, in many respects might be considered to be petty. Certain expectations that my daughters, my sons, our oldest son is now, he now has his own place, but they may have considered to be like bullshit. And real talk, like unnecessary and, you know, I don't know, militaristic, whatever you want to call it. But I've had these expectations and I've noticed that it's had an impact on my daughters. And so the other day, and one of my go-to mechanisms is to take cell phones because, you know, what I realized is that this is the way that they communicate with their friends. And as a result, like if I could take that, then that's normally the consequence, my go-to consequence for my children. And so just recently I took our oldest daughter's cell phone and it was a big blow up and issue while she was on her way to school. But to fast forward, my wife, she picks up our daughters from school, y'all. And en route back to the house, actually parked in the driveway, they have a conversation before entering the house. And one of the things that was expressed is that Baba shuts me down. I don't like the way that Baba like shuts us down. He be shutting me down. So when I heard my wife share that with me, it brought to my attention the feeling, the essence of what I titled this particular video on Facebook, that Black women need to shut the F up. I don't like the fact that my daughters are feeling from me the message that they need to shut the F up because they feel like I'm shutting them down. That's some bullshit, y'all. Like in no way, shape, form, or fashion should my daughters feel like they need to shut the F up. It's no way in the world that any Black woman or Black girl should feel like they need to shut the F up. And if we as Black men, if I as a Black father am communicating the message to them that they need to shut the F up, I'm not on my ding. I'm not doing what I need to do in order to elevate and emphasize the responsibility that they have as Black women to be and do and have what it is that they can have. I'm coming up short because I'm not instilling in them that sense of power, that sense of confidence. I'm participating in the process of encouraging them to shut the F up. What am I doing for them to feel that way? I need to be better. I need to do better. So after hearing from my wife that my daughters were feeling that way, and some of y'all may feel that way. Like some of y'all may have grown up in a household where you felt like your father, you know, as grateful as you were or are that he was present, like you didn't have a voice. Like you couldn't speak your piece, you couldn't speak your mind, and consequently, you end up choosing dudes that you don't feel comfortable expressing yourself with. Like what we do as Black men is directly impacting generations to come. It's impacting our legacy, y'all. And so what I directly do with my daughters is going to impact and influence how they choose the men that they're in relationship with. I don't want that. I want my daughters to be able to speak their piece, to be able to express themselves, to be able to hold space for their heart, but also hold space for him. And so after hearing that, I had to sit for a second and just really grapple with the difficulty, the pain of that realization. Now, keep this in mind, y'all. It's not the first time that I've heard this. It's not the first time. And so I said to myself, I need to have a conversation. I need to have a conversation with my daughters. And so I was talking to my wife, and I asked her, does she want to be a part of it? And she respectfully said that, I will if you would like for me to, but I don't need to. Thank you, Amber. And so I said, I'll go ahead and do it on my own. And so with this in my mind and in my heart, y'all, I called my daughters downstairs. And I'm sitting across from my princesses with the thought in my mind that I've said some things or I behaved in such a way where they feel like I'm shutting them down. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Hey, what's up, y'all? So we know you're enjoying the episode, but check this out, y'all. We're not just any old random couple that's coming on YouTube every week just giving relationship suggestions and stuff like that. We're way more than that, y'all. Mm-hmm. We're trained therapists and relationship coaches. Yeah. This right here is my beautiful, incredible, sensational wife, Iyanna.
And this right here is my dapper, debonair husband, Ayize. So y'all, we just want you to know that there is more. We don't want you to just be a spectator. We want you to get in here with us and join our community. We have all kind of folks who are doing their personal work, their relationship work. We have sister circles and men's lounges and trainings, and we address all kinds of things from infidelity to disconnection to communication issues and sex and intimacy issues. Look, the solution is at BlandCore.com. Join us.
So we proceed to engage in conversation, and I'm asking questions around what do they mean by me shutting them down. I'm trying to get clarification around just what exactly is it. I'm listening and trying to process and really trying to be better. Really trying to be better. In the midst of that, we came up with 3 things, y'all. So I really just wanted to share them with y'all today. And let me go back to the men's lounge. I will say that because I was able to see brothers in their transparency and vulnerability, I do believe that I was empowered and I got the strength to have this conversation with them. And so one of the things that came up from the conversation, what's up, Kiva? Thanks for that. One of the things that was that came out of it was that I know at times I can be petty. I mean, I think that we all got a petty part that we play in whatever it is that we do. And so, my daughters, they basically called me on my shit. They said that they feel like I be being petty sometimes. And they said that one thing that would be appreciated by them is if I'm able to admit when I'm being petty. This gets back into the relationship Thursday that we did the other day on gaslighting. For me to take a stance in a position where I'm willing to argue, willing to defend my position, willing to prove them wrong, willing to show them where I'm right. In some respects, like could be a form of gaslighting. Because I'm not acknowledging the pettiness in the experience, and it becomes way more about my ego than about the feelings in their experience as we're going through whatever it is that we're going through. So they said admit when you're being petty. Now, it may not change the outcome. And this is what I lifted up. I said, it may not, and it probably won't change the outcome, but they at least want to know when I'm being petty. And so I said, I can do that. I can definitely do that. The other piece that they asked for is that they spoke about was that they want their feelings to be validated. Like they want their feelings to be validated. And depending upon like how petty I am or what mood I'm in, or, you know, whether or not I think that their issue is irrelevant or invalid, what they're looking for is for their feelings to be validated. Like I can be so focused on them hitting the mark that I'm missing the experience and the attempt to hit the mark. I'm missing the effort, y'all. I'm missing the effort. I mean, it's deflating. It's deflating to try and to come up short, but to not have acknowledged the attempt. For me not to see the effort and to see them trying, but to only focus on the failure and the ultimate outcome. Like, gotta validate. Gotta validate, gotta validate. And so they asked me to validate their feelings, validate the effort, validate the struggle, validate the overwhelm, validate the stress, validate the attempt. Yeah, Jay, even our littles have their own struggles that they have to deal with. Yes, indeed, bro. We got to validate. So that was the second thing, y'all. And then the third thing that they asked me for was to express the impact of what they don't do, how it impacts me. This was significant to me because it was a challenge in many respects to not just get to the bottom line, but to really get present with the impact of what it is that they don't do, and when they may come up short, just how it impacts me and how I feel in that experience. I said to my daughters that certain things trigger me. And one of my daughters said, I didn't know that. So I'm walking around triggered and I'm responding to certain stimuli and they're unaware. They're unaware. And they're unaware because I'm not expressing. I'm not expressing how certain actions are influencing or impacting the way that I'm showing up. I'm just reacting, y'all. I'm not expressing, I'm just reacting to the trigger. I'm not appropriately responding, I'm reacting. And they feel that heat. They feel that heat. So they asked me to express the impact. Share what's going on. I want to know what's going on with you. So as I sat across the table from my daughters, looking at them, I just thought to myself, like, I don't want them to be in a relationship with anybody where they feel that they got to shut the F up. And I definitely don't want them to be in a relationship with their father and them feel like they got to shut the F up. It's hard, y'all. And so that was a transparent moment for me. Just wanted to be honest and say that although we teach, a lot of times we teach what we have to learn. It's not easy. But I consider this to be necessary. It's necessary work. It's healing work. And I'm aware that my daughters, I'm establishing like the litmus, the blueprint for who it is that they'll seek out in terms of being in a relationship with. Thank you, baby. And I got to do better. I got to do better. I will do better. I am doing better. Whew. So that's it. That's all, y'all. I appreciate the energy. I appreciate the love. I see you, Kiwi. You said I tell my sons when I'm bugging and they appreciate it. Yeah, we're human, and we got to be more real, be more willing to be transparent. There's a lot, y'all. There's a lot to unpack, a lot to deal with, a lot of things that we carry around, a lot of habits. We had a conversation in the car. Actually, not we, but I had a conversation in the car with my son, and we're gonna talk more about this tomorrow. But I got a residual check in the mail, y'all, from when I acted on the Netflix show Social Distance, and I was surprised it like just came out the blue. But I got a residual check in the mail, and my wife was like, "What?" And so my son was in the car. My middle son was in the car, and he was like, "How much was it?" So I like cringed. I like cringed when he asked that question. But why? Why am I cringing? And I know what the history is in my family in terms of discussing money, discussing finances, and do I need to perpetuate that? Do I need to continue that legacy? Can I switch and shift things and all of that? The answer is yes, but I didn't. I cringed, and I was like, "Why you pocket watching?" Got to be better, y'all. Got to be better. And that's it. That's all, y'all. Just trying to be better. Wanted to share with you a conversation that I had with my princesses, and no, Black women do not need to shut the F up. Keep on talking. Talk loud, talk proud. You don't need my permission to say talk loud, talk proud, but just do you and be you, because y'all beautiful. All right, fam. As always, stop playing, start pushing. I'm out.